What I'm going to do today is to answer the essential question, how do I find an answer to a research question? Subtopic question would be, how do I collect and use background knowledge? For my purposes, I'm going to give an example today and use what are the causes of the American Civil War. My question is a focus to my research. If you can focus your research, it will make every step you do after this much easier. And also, notice my focus question is not a yes or no answer, something you can answer quickly. It actually has some depth to it. There's a lot of resources to it. There's controversy there, and so this can really be a good avenue for research. First thing I'm going to do is create my Google Doc. I'm going to make sure I name it last name, comma, first name, colon, MS Gifted Project. Please put all of your research on this Google Doc, including your monthly journals. I'm going to put my name at the top. And I'm also going to type in my topic, Causes of the American Civil War. My goal this morning is going to be to generate as many key terms as possible so I can do further research and build this background knowledge. These are basic questions that you can focus your or organize your knowledge background on. What do I know about my topic? Well, I would start with that. I know it was fought between the North and Southern states in the 1860s. I had several great-grandfathers who fought in the war, so it gives me some personal connection. I've heard of these people. I know about the Confederate flag being controversial, wondering why that's the case. My dates are 1861 to 1865, and this was fought where? In the quote-unquote United States, because they were disunited at this time. So I have put that information down, and now what I'm going to do is to go and do a general search. If I have no clue any about my question, I'll just type it into Google, check it out, and look for a general article just to get me started. I know Wikipedia gets a lot of flack. Notice down here, American Civil War, Origins of the American Civil War, Wikipedia. But it is a good place to start for generating, again, key terms. We're not going to trust everything Wikipedia tells us. We're going to take note of that when we write our answers down here. Like, for example, I would put things that you get from Wikipedia with a parentheses around it just so we know we need to go back and verify. But let's just see what Wikipedia is telling us. Notice historians debating the origins of the Civil War. They focus on reasons why the 7 southern states declared their secession from the United States. So secession seems like an important term. If I don't know what secession is, I could look that up. In fact, I believe right here you can see there's a hyperlink to secession. It will tell you more about it. And I would use this article to click on these hyperlinks to get more in-depth information. Again, noting it's from Wikipedia and verifying later. The primary cause of secession, the leaving of the United States, which is what the term means, was slavery, especially Southern anger at the attempts of the Northern anti-slave political forces to block the expansion of slavery into the Western territories. So right there is our answer, according to Wikipedia. So I'm going to put in here slavery, and I'm going to keep reading. As I keep reading down, we see this term states' rights, principle of states' rights mentioned. Seems to be important. One explanation was Southern nationalism. Okay. So we're going to use Southern nationalism. And we're going to keep reading here. Most of the debate of the first question, why did the South secede? It sounds like we ought to find those declarations of secession to see why these states said that they were leaving the quote-unquote United States. Confederate States before Lincoln took office. We notice here's another person, Buchanan. We could type him in. Place is Fort Sumter, where the war began. And here we notice that historians have emphasized 2011 that while slavery and its various and multifaceted discontents were the primary cause of disunion, it was disunion itself that sparked the war. States' rights was entirely a matter of protection of slavery. That's interesting. So is that true or not? I don't know. Wikipedia says that. Let's type that in there and see if we can find more information on that later. The tariff issue was so unimportant that the groups looking for some sort of compromise did not consider it. So we see here that Wikipedia is discounting tariffs. If we don't know what tariffs are, we can look those up as well. But Wikipedia, again, we're not going to trust necessarily what it says. We're going to look at other things. Other important factors were party politics, abolitionism, Northern nationalism, expansionism, economics, and modernization of the antebellum period. Again, another term if we're unfamiliar with, we can look up, as well as abolitionism if you're not familiar. But let's just copy those and put those in here as well. Of course, we already have Southern nationalism typed. So right here we've generated, 10 search terms to help us further gain knowledge on our topic. And then if we look down further and keep reading here, we can see there's all kinds of other events and terms and things that we could follow up and add to on our key terms and under our what, our whos, our important events and ideas, and so forth. So this is the beginnings of generating key terms and getting your background knowledge.